Hello everyone, Cool1177 here, and welcome back to another video, where today it's somewhat late here, and I've had a crazy idea that I don't know if it's going to work, but I really want to try it. So today I'm going to be doing something massive to this area here. So this park actually has just been completed. I've gotten all the pieces in, and it looks awesome. And of course, I'm never satisfied with anything but the best, and that's what I want here. I want the best that I can do, and this definitely is good, but it's not the best. Because if you realize right now, we have that concert stage in the back, but concerts aren't always going to be going on, so I actually don't want a concert stage space anymore. I actually want a full-fledged building back there, which is a little bit crazy, because a full-fledged building with modulars would mean that there's going to have to be a lot of movement and stuff that will work around. But it gets even crazier. Today, I want to slice this section off. So in between this section, I want it gone. I want it taken out, disappeared. So we'll still have this amount of space to work for park, which I'm really excited to work on. But this area here is actually going to become a road. So there's going to be a road that goes all the way through here, and there's going to be a tunnel right there. That tunnel then will connect to a building that I hopefully can get up to this height, up at our detective's office up in the back there. It should connect with that, and then, well, it's not going to connect. It's going to get to that height, and then it's going to drop off here at the end. So it's going to have a little alleyway in between the detective office and the park. So it's a lot. So tunnel here, building that goes higher. You guys can't even see my hand, but it's going to go around. So the tunnel is going to be the height of the Parisian restaurant, and the building is going to get slightly taller than that. And I think I'm going to do a fountain above the tunnel, maybe. But it's a lot, and it's a crazy idea. And I just found a random image on Google while I was looking up stuff, and I was like, I think that could work really well in my city. So I really want to try that. And I know I said that we weren't going to be in the city relatively soon, but hey, here we are. Crazy idea. Let's do it. So I'm just going to get into it, and it's probably going to be several days after I've made this part of the video, but I really want to do it. And I probably am not going to do any updates in between just because it is late. So I'm just going to do this part, and then you guys will see the final product or close to the final product relatively soon. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, and here we are with the next stage in the park rebuild process. And honestly, full opinion here, this looks so much better already. I love how this park looks. It's so much smaller, more compact, and it looks like there's so much more greenery, mainly because there is, but it also is not symmetrical anymore with the greenery. It looks more realistic. Now, this is what you guys are probably looking at mainly. Notice how there's just this big lane going down the side, and it looks really obnoxious right now. Well, there's actually going to be train tracks going on there like this. So the train tracks are going to sit on these centering plates, and that's going to go all the way down to the back and then through the tunnel that we were talking about earlier. But for now, the park itself is pretty much done. And I say pretty much because, again, we are missing some pieces on the last tile there, but I am working on getting those. And then we've got the space here for our actual building. So right here is going to be maybe some seating or something like that, and then this is where the building is actually going to be. So it's going to be a facade that's going to come all the way up to the heights that we need, and then it should look really awesome. But I don't think I'm going to get to that part anytime soon because this park is taking a ridiculously long time to do, which is fine. I'm happy to keep working on the park because I know that it's going to look good in the end. So I'm going to need to get a lot more centering plates out in here, and they're going to go all the way down to the back, and then that should be done. And then I just need to get the plates for our back tile here, and I need to get the pieces for on top of these walls, and then we can actually get started on the actual building, which I am looking so much into. I am just so excited to get working on that because right now this looks awesome, but I think it's going to look even cooler once we get that building in there, and it's already looking really good and so much more complete. And I think this really adds a new element of detail into the city that I'm really excited to have in the city. But just like last one, I'm going to get to work on this, and then I'll see you guys in a minute. And And we're back with another update, and it looks a lot different now, doesn't it? It has a little bit more than the last one, and I didn't actually plan on doing this much for this video portion, but, you know, I just got in the rhythm and just started building. So this is where we're at now with it, and you can see that there are some things that are still incomplete, like the railroad track section. I don't think this area is going to be complete for quite some time. I do need to order some parts for it. But other than that, there's quite a bit that is done, or almost to that point. So as you can see, we've got the park section filled in. This one here, there we go. So that's filled in. It looks a lot more full than last time we had the park, and I like it. But the biggest change is, of course, the facade that's been put up. We have, of course, our building back there with the tan and white coloring. I don't know if I like the roof portion yet. I think I might redo that. And here is not complete either. This section right here is not done yet. You can see it's not finished there. And I'm not sure what I want to do fully with that section yet, but I know I want to do something up there as well that will look pretty cool, hopefully. But yeah, we've gotten a lot more done. And I'm thinking the second floor is a little bit bland right now, but I think I'll be able to fix that in just a little bit by adding some items up onto the deck up there. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much to the point where I'm getting really happy with it, and I'm really happy that we did this change because it really adds an element of detail to the city that not any other city is going to have. So we've got the park, the railroad track tunnel, and this custom building in the back, which I think is really cool, and it really does fit in with the city a lot. And I am super excited to see where the rest of this project goes because, well, there's still some more steps to go with this, and I think this portion will actually take the longest, which is, you know, adding in small details and finishing up some things, and then, of course, ordering stuff. It's going to take the longest right there. It's just getting that sort of stuff. But other than that, I mean, I'm just really excited to keep working on this, and then I'll do some final thoughts in just a minute. So I'll be right back. All right, and here is pretty much what we're going to do for today, pretty much all we're going to do for today, which is what we see here. And for the most part, it is pretty much done. It's to the point where I'm relatively happy with it for now. And there are a few things here and there that I'm probably just going to dig some more for and just place in, and then hopefully we're going to be done with that. But for today, this is pretty much all we're doing. And just to make it look a little bit better for this state, we have added in, press that down, sorry. We've added in gates here and at the rear entrance. So that pedestrians can't get in, and a little sign there, and we have our construction workers working on literally that one tile right there. But other than that, I mean, it's relatively done, except for obviously the railroad track, which is going to take the longest of it. And I'm really thinking, why the heck did I decide to do a railroad track? But besides the railroad track and that tile, it is pretty much done. There's not really anything else I need to do except for adding pedestrians, which I can't do until that section is done there. So I'm gonna look for those things, and then we're gonna hopefully be done with that relatively soon. But for today, this is pretty much all I've got. So all the new small details are in and things like that. We've got pedestrians out in the front. We've got our cars back where they're supposed to be, and we've even added in 2 of the railroad tracks here. Which looks nice. I like it this way. It's definitely a change, but it's a change for the better. You'll notice that it is elevated off of the ground right now. In 2021, we're supposedly getting new road builds that are going to be coming out, official LEGO road builds. So those should almost perfectly line up with this, I think, if it's built how they're claiming it's going to be built. But that should hopefully line up almost exactly with this, which will be so good and perfect. But right now we just have our little workers here as if they're doing some construction on the railroad tracks. But eventually we should hopefully be able to have this train or another train running on this line. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a different one, but I right now only have that one. So I might have to build one, or I might need to buy one. It'll probably be buy one, just because I do want a bigger, like, freight train, but I don't know if a freight train is going to fit through that tunnel. I'm hoping it does, because if it doesn't, well, then we're going to have to build another trolley, which, of course, is really not the end of the world. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I've got. I mean, we've done pretty much everything I needed to do here, and it is definitely a change for so much of the better. I mean, it looks so good and so much more complete now, which makes me really happy, because that's what my goal was here. So now that space in there doesn't look like it's just going to be used for concert space anymore. And if it really needed to be, it definitely could. But it just happens that right now it's not going to be used for that. It's just going to be used for residential or some sort of small business in the back there. But I do like that now this area is connected with the detective's office, because there's that little back entrance way. And I do like that you can see, like, kind of that the Parisian restaurant is separated by this train track. It is nice that nobody could even get to that if they wanted to, which is definitely something that would be in the actual Parisian restaurant, I think. But of course, nature is completely put in. Everything I needed to put in so far is put in, especially that building. I don't know if the building's the final form of that building. I might do a little bit of different things with it. I might rearrange some things here and there, and I might change some of the colors. Who knows? We'll see. But I definitely do like where this went, and I'm very happy with how it turned out, because it is definitely a big change, and it's definitely a change for the better. So I hope you guys agree that this is definitely a great change for the city, because I definitely think it is. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, and give me some opinions on what I should do to it if you have any ideas. If you have any suggestions for how I can make it look better, or what I could do to make it look a little bit cooler. So just let me know in the comments down below. That's pretty much all I've got for today, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content here. And for now, this is Cool1177 saying over and out, guys.